Hey, welcome back, everybody. Oftentimes, when someone comes to us to perhaps vent or seek advice, we want to show that other person that we care, but the words we choose may actually be doing the opposite instead. I sat down for a Zoom interview with the brain warrior, PHALORA, who gave us some examples on what we might say, but then offered other suggestions of what we should say. Take a look.
Well, it is often in our nature to want to help when someone is feeling down or perhaps troubled, but sometimes our need to be right gets in the way. So joining us this morning is PHALORA, aka the Brain Warrior. And Neil, this is something you know all about, and you're going to help us out with today because you give an example. I can't keep up with my bills. I'm overworked, I'm exhausted, and I'm tired. But you're saying, here's what comes next, right? Here's what a lot of people do and perhaps don't do right.
Correct. And what we do is that we're actually creating disconnection instead of connection. And this kind of realization can help us professionally and personally in our lives have better relationships.
Absolutely. So we're trying to be empathetic, but you call these 4 empathy blockers. So let's start with number 1. I am very familiar with the one-upping. I feel like we all know that one-upper, right, in our lives.
Absolutely. We've all known that person. But basically here is in this context of this example, you say, hey, I've had huge bills too, and I'm also exhausted.
And then that makes the person just want to shut down like, okay, I guess I won't say anymore.
Right. The fix to that would be to say, I get it. And when you say it authentically, it creates connection.
Right.
I get it.
Because people just want to be heard, right? They just want someone to listen to them.
For sure.
That's in all of our natures. Let's go ahead and go to number 2. You say advising and fixing. Tell me what that one's about.
Yes, and so this has the should word in it. Maybe you should look for another job. Maybe you should eat better so you have more energy. Maybe you should.
The person who always knows what's right, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Fix to that one.
Yeah, so here we can say, I hear you. And again, when said with sincerity, it allows the person to be heard, right? And that's really what we're thirsting for. Don't fix me.
That's why you reach out. Right, exactly. Oh, I love that. Don't fix me, hear me. I'm going to write that one down. I'm going to use that. Yeah, I love that. Okay, number 3, educating and analyzing.
Yes, and so guilty.
Yeah.
There's a great book on money. You should read it. Or the analyzing is, I hear you say this a lot over the last few years of your life.
Yeah.
Neither of those are helpful.
No.
But
so what should we do?
Yeah, you could say, tell me more. And that allows you to really feel and connect in an interested way in their life.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes so much sense because people you need that release to get everything out, and you just want someone to hear you. And even though they don't have all the right answers, you're able to just project that, I guess, onto somebody else and feel like somebody out there does care. So that's really good. Number 4, consoling, you say.
Yes, consoling or discounting. So something like, oh, that's too bad. I'm sure it'll get better. Or the discounting is, well, just be glad that you have a job.
Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah.
That one. And what should we do instead?
So here in a place where you can just really say, it's tough. There's no easy answer or advice, but I'm just really thankful that you told me.
Oh, I like that. That automatically, I feel like, makes you feel connected and makes you happier in turn that you reached out to them. You say, as an overall message here, be interested, not interesting. Does that mean be interested in what they're saying? Don't try to make yourself be interesting?
Right. So often the focus is that I want to say something in response so that I can look right or look interesting, rather than my focus is being interested in what you're trying to communicate to me and interested in what you have going on, and be empathetic.
Mm-hmm. Back to one of your points, and I know we got to wrap this up, but when you talk about when you say something and someone's like, well, at least this didn't happen, or like, at least you still have a job. I think that's one of the most difficult things because we all have our problems and issues in our lives. Now, some may be up here and some may be down here, but they still bother us enough, right, to where we're feeling the effects of them. And I feel like if you negate that so much, like, well, at least you have this, then it shuts you down. Like, well, shoot, I shouldn't complain because someone else out there always has it worse, and I just need to be thankful. We're all thankful, but there are still things in our lives that can get us down that I feel like that still matter, right?
That still matter. And the really the opportunity here is that there isn't that there is miscommunication. There's so much missed communication right here, and that's what we're looking for.
That's good. Neil, thank you as always for your time. I know we've run over, but I really appreciate talking to you. We'll put all your contact information on our website, indystyle.tv. I know you can help a few more people out there as well with all of this. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.